And we are live. Glorious day here on Google+. Let's get it started with a disclosure. Fair use. Of course, I'm Suze Pratt of Sophia's Emporium. Also the holistic stylist, spiritual researcher, and investigative citizen journalist, representing myself pro se against CWChanter, one who continually spellcasts and casts his parasites and germs out amongst the plasma screens of this world. But let's get on with the show, shall we? Okay. Hola, tacos. It's me, Suze, your spiritual researcher and all-around bad guy catcher. So, CW, of Commonwealth chanting, has been on every day. Good morning, Claudia. So, let me wave at you. I can't tell you this is going to be a fun show. It's fun for Chanter and I, who destroys life everywhere he breathes. Well, he always wants you to share his stuff if you think it's worth listening to. And I always think it's good for anybody that wants to know the inside story of why the alternative media is falling apart at the seams. You want to see this dude right here. So, I thought I'd turn the live stream on. I'm in the middle of my day. I was outside gardening, doing my little thing. Came in for lunch, and poof, here's his big mouth. Now, the name of this show is Pure Woo Transmission from the Wizard's abandoned lean-to, the event closing. Now, this whole thing about the event, it all ties in with Corey Good and David Wilcox and the Blue Aliens and all the secret space bullshit, and just nothing but separate and divide. I mean, this is a serious hardcore program, and of course this guy makes his views by talking shit on other people. This is also the guy that was involved with my sacrifice. You know, the little orange pumpkin with no face they were going to smash. Melvine, they're going to bury me so deep I'll never be able to get up. And all this hassle that I've gotten for just simply speaking the truth and going a different way online. And I'm telling you what, we're shutting them down. Fucking right. I promise you this. Shut them down in Chinatown. So, dumbass here has been talking his little coded message and interjecting all the stuff. Hi, CW. Say about Elvis or about behind the scenes things, whether it's E.T., whether it's spiritual, whether it is the divine, and I'm supposed to sound like an idiot for being the first one to figure it out on the Elvis story. And see, that story busts the entire program all apart. And surely someone who is alive and human and breathing is behind this takedown of these bad guys. So I suggest it's number one, the International Man of Mystery. And either you believe or you don't, and it's cool either way. What's up, Eric? Captain? Hey, Captain. You want to talk about some far-out stuff from the cosmos. And I was just talking about the whole Presley mystery and how it ties into extraterrestrials, time travel, 4 faces of God, whatever you want. But it's not about that big puppy guy that couldn't sing that was sweaty. See, that was where they messed people up, because they had done switched the real one out. And I've been on this story for a year and a half now. But this guy, This guy is pure trouble. He's called CWChanter. He's a devout atheist, and he started a religion called Commonwealth Chanting, where you pick a sentence in a book and focus on it. To me, that's kindergarten. But in the meantime, I like to catch bad guys, and I wanted to see what he had to say, because I'm going to have to listen to it anyhow, so I thought I'd sit here with you guys. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to be interested in this. I'm getting it out on the airwaves. He likes people to share his knowledge, so I'm sharing his knowledge. That's all. Alright. Try to enjoy yourselves. I know I have to work really hard at it, but I think about the prize at the end, which is shutting the jackasses down. And I'm going to give you guys something better to look at than his dopey ass face, as he talks shit. So, we're going to pull up a cartoon. I like cartoons. I like cartoons to offset the nightmare. The Earth's gravitational pull. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of force. What will we bring him up? Let's see. Right. There's a lot of transmutation. And you know, look, the bullet leads to the big words for an atheist. Now, some things he'll say sound halfway intelligent, and he bounces back and forth, but he has an agenda. And I always like him to know I'm right behind him. Successful or right on his ass. We'll go with Bugs Bunny. So oftentimes I find myself having to play the role of the skeptic, play the role of the... Right, he has to play the role of the skeptic. He believes in nothing. The disprover. Absolutely nothing. So I knew that today I wanted a tale of two kitties. Return balance to my force. Oh, I'm sorry, Boo Boo Kitty. I know you're sensitive. Oh, you're gonna do a pure woo transmission. I got your woo transmission, bitch. Did I ever mention I was a cop's kid? I know I say it all the time. I feel like let me get my dad's glass cock. You know, letting people know. Oh, now he's talking about the esoteric. See, and he's talking shit directly on me, but he won't say my name because he's too big of a puss, and he knows he'll get sued and kicked off Funny Sonny, but we're in the middle of a war, Funny Sonny's my friend, we like to fuck shit up. You're in the middle of a war, you don't roll over, kids. I love you, baby. Go fight wherever you are, Colin. I am a crusader. We're friends to the end. Not your average run-of-the-mill one, no doubt, but still all in all. So I indulge in the woo. Fucking batter up, bitches, let's go. Woo. And I don't even like the word woo. I never once have used the word woo. Woo is for fools. You do. You always do. You're a jackass. And you always play both sides of the fence. I don't believe you. No, there's no point in that today. Oh, today there's not? What are you doing today? Some days you paint a skull, other days you paint flowers. Oh, you're going to paint flowers today. Offering myself as an agent of woo. He's an agent of woo. From that point of view. Woo woo. There's no requirement, and I'm at peace with the fact that you can't please all the people all the time. Hey, you don't please really, none of the people. And that if this... You're just using them, and you know it. If endeavor means anything to me, or has any long-lasting value, it has to have a long-lasting value that has nothing to do. We gotta still go over your cartoons, CW. Remember the one you drew? Viewers, the president, the plumbers. Remember all that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be bringing it up. I love in order to coming your way. Activity. If you don't love it, you're gonna be fighting yourself, and it's gonna be wheels are gonna fall off. I got tomorrow and today. And number two, because life is too precious. There's too much reality in the real world that I have to deal with. Everything has to be of service. Now this guy, and this is of service, is a down on his luck lawyer. Got kicked out of the family law firm. Alcoholic. And at this point, I would say, well, then accept. Fucking talk shit on weed smokers, but he gets high. Hey Willie, how you doing, my fine friend? You know what I mean? It's like I'm messing with a bad guy. We're just documenting evidence. He's an atheist, runs a religion called Commonwealth Chanting. Leans a little towards the side of Scientology. Says pick a sentence out of a book and focus on it, and you can be a Commonwealth Chanter too. I always tell him to blow me sideways, Willie. Fuck that.
I don't take it personal, but if this is one of those videos that
I'm just honoring, I guess, I never did like people harassing other people.
The other thing, congratulations, we're here. The time has come to do this.
Oh,
so talking about,
yeah, and he's crying because he doesn't know how I do what I do, and he wants to be involved in the big secret. Well, he's not capable. He can't understand the words or the concepts. And Crimea River, that he doesn't get it. I mean, I don't think we should have to wait for the retards. I'm sorry. And I don't mean retarded in the non-political sense. I mean in the fucking stupid, ignorant, jerky, lying, deceiving, manipulating kind of stupid. Hey Tracy, how you doing? We're watching cartoons and listening to bad guys. And of course I'm here with your behind the scenes action. He's been talking shit every day, and I need to double back to a cartoon he did. So I thought, hey, you're live right now? I'm inside right now. I think it'd be prudent if we do some work. Of course, I'm coming to you from Ferguson, Missouri. The divided state. The fucking United States.
People whose ears are attuned to that way,
whatever it is.
Hear things that way. And also because...
Oh, and he's planting flowers today. He doesn't want to argue with nobody. He's going to be sweet. Come to my garden, Chanter. What's going on? That's Dan. We like Dan. He brought me some dirt.
Researchers
or some dog shit.
I
don't know which one he brought me.
Upon their reality.
Dog shit out later. I'm not going to look. Right, now see, he loves the views on the Corey Good, David Wilcock thing and these blue avians. And it's such a big scam, but it's the shiny bauble from keeping everybody on focusing about what's really going on with the story I'm bringing.
The secret space program, or of
I promise you, a lineage that goes back to AD 454 with a bunch of powerful men. They don't mess around. This isn't really about Elvis. This is about the Presley royal family. Dag.
We're not going to talk about that, but we are going to.
Right, he's going to get his ass poked. Number one is going to mess this dude up. And he wants to talk shit on you if you're spiritual. That's how we began our fight 2 years ago. He lured me on a show and then kind of attacked me, and I knew. I went willingly. I recorded the whole thing. Sure I did. You kidding?
There's just as much work that has to happen on that level.
I never kid around. CW wants to be one of the leaders in the new world.
My heart resonates.
He's got a lot of parasites and worms and bugs, and he's nasty and disrespectful to women, and he's kind of like not true about his sexual persuasion. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying he's one way or the other. I'm just saying, don't you dare tell me he's ever made love to a woman. I'm sure he's bombed a couple, but that's different. Two different stories.
Chant the meditation that I used to do, and I haven't done it for a while.
Mr. Meditation, my ass.
I wonder if I can even remember it.
Oh, let's see, what's this say? For no particular reason, this story that we're going to see is in the Stone Age, the cartoon.
Build a bridge.
I'm a bridge builder. Hey, and I know somebody with a castle too. Tag it. We're playing hashtag play the game with us.
Captures the essence. One performs an internal change.
The internal change, tag it.
Which allows the bridging of a gap.
Right.
To what you really want.
Right.
The liberation of another person.
Right. I want everybody free.
The true connection.
Yes. You got a problem with it? See, this is called stealing intellectual property. He makes it sound like he's a fucking genius.
To me, come downstairs to the heart. What you need to do is return a little bit of balance to your force and talk at a different level about things. I then came downstairs and honoring that, I drew a tarot card. The card of
Oh, fuck. He drew
Hiding from your wife again.
Number 5 from the Naked
Punk.
Trumps, the Hierophant. And I said to myself, baby, you are on the right track.
Right. CW thinks he's the Hierophant.
Go into the biblical text. The Hierophant. Divine wisdom. Inspiration. Stubborn strength. Don't I know?
Oh, I know. You are talking about me, aren't you, you dumbass?
Work.
Because you're talking about me all the damn time.
Teaching. Help from superiors. Patience. Organization. Peace. Good
Right. Those are all the things I stand for, you schmuck.
Voluntarily invoked. And I went, oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Sometimes you scratch off the scratcher and you're like, why do I keep on doing this to myself?
Because you're a
Sometimes you scratch off
dumbass.
that scratcher and go, oh, baby, today is going to be a good day.
You think? You think today's going to be a good day?
It's gonna
I
be a
got news
beautiful
for
day.
you.
We're going to honor myself. I'm going to honor myself, and we're going to have what we have today. We're going to do what we do today. We're going to do what we do now.
Good.
23
I'm going to go
viewers.
take the dogs across the street. I'll be back, you guys.
That's fine. That's beautiful to me. That's wonderful. I'm on the right track, and we're going to do things, and we're going to say things from that heart space perspective. I'm going to honor my intentions, honor my instincts, honor my impulses, and say what we have to say today.
Have you been born again, Chanter?
Let me start off by coming forward and
That little orange
talking
pumpkin
about
get
the
to
event.
you?
I stay tuned into this. You know what I mean? You can't watch everything. You can't see everything. folks.
No, you're
I
too
spend a lot of
busy to
time
watch
doing
anything
this
important.
research of looking at these videos, hearing what people
I can
have to
watch a
say,
couple things at
tuning
once.
into a lot of people, small and
Thank
large,
goodness. I make jewelry when I yell at you a lot.
getting impulses about things, getting information, getting data.
Gotta break up your
and
activities,
at the end of the
Chanter.
day, putting my head down to
Physical,
sleep,
mental,
dream,
spiritual, and
and
artistic.
come up
Do you do
with
any of
the
those?
digestion, the digest, a feedback thing.
I'll give you
For
feedback.
This is the work that I'm going to perform for you
Positively
today.
no
And this
swimming
is the information
in my
that I have to
pond.
share with you today, whether you want
Because
to
you
hear
got
it
too
or
many
not.
bugs.
Here's the stone cold truth, if you hear it as such. We've been talking about the event, right? I'm
The
here to tell
event
you
is
that I'm
not
making
Corey Good, Wilcox, and the Blue
This event
Avians.
window that we've just been experiencing is over. There's going to be drips
There's an
and
event
drabs, there's going
coming.
to be little, things
But it's not
like
going down.
when 2012
under that
was leading up
stupid
to
name.
2012 and 2012 objectively
You're
didn't
just trying
happen,
to twist shit
still
up,
we had a
dude.
period of time where people were re-referencing and referencing back and saying, no, 2012 did happen. If you look at this, if you interpret this other thing this way, you will see that 2012 did happen. Then, as time goes on, that period of time comes to an end. It's like, like the wave of an ocean. The wave hits the shore, and then there's the sparkles of mist that come off of it. And then there's this like objectively, verifiable last point where, the last person on the beach feels that wave of mist.
I bet.
That last little pieces of water, droplets or whatever, the wave, it starts as a wave, then it's rendered to the droplet, then it's rendered to the mist, then it's rendered
There,
to
Chanter,
nothing.
drink that. You'll feel better.
So, after 2012 still, I mean, sure today there'll be
You said
outliers,
schmuck.
there'll be people
For the
who,
biggest, most luscious duck you ever tasted, 200
one
yards
of those
this way.
droplets may hit a seashell, that seashell may be collected by a child, though the water evaporates, some of the
I'm the Little
molecular
Mermaid,
essence,
bitch.
the salt crystals, the essence of that drop.
I got your
remains on
gadgets
that
and gadgets
seashell, on
aplenty.
that mantelpiece. It
Who's
remains
it's and
on
what's
to
its
be
galore. You want
reread in some
thingamabobs?
small form.
Anything,
That which
anything
has
I need to
happened
know?
in various ways is that
Duck
goes
is
into the
brain
future.
food.
The large
There's no
There's no
substitute for
a
duck.
duck.
But there
Worn
so
down?
we still have people today.
No
that
appetite?
that
No,
that
CW
but
eats
it's
a lot.
very, very rare.
Try duck.
And so you can look at the
Duck, duck, goose.
probability
Bonk
that
you on the
will
head.
receive that message where that message will need
Right, it's always about a message.
or that people will actually just say that message. And you can see 2012 happens, then people talk about reference
The
2012, then something happens.
It was never that the world was going to end, it was that our realities were going to be permanently altered. But they like to build it up, make it something it's
Much in
not.
the same way, we've had a little bit of a mini 2012 happen.
Right, freak everybody out.
Of really coming out of the QHHT community.
What's
as well
that?
as building upon,
QHHT.
Stuff that was going on in the community.
Oh, you mean
that
Q?
exists around the loose nexus.
Right, and everybody's supposed to do the hive mind thing and do what he says.
Cobra and Simon Parks.
See, I never even listened to Simon Parks. Everybody he mentions, Spearbeating Alliance, never was into it.
Nope.
There was this thing.
If I was, then I'd be guilty just like they are.
I'd be compromised, is the legal term. Compromised.
Around,
Nobody paid for me to talk. Except for me.
What was supposed to happen? Especially when you're talking about bullshit. You're just perpetuating trouble, CW. You can't never shut the fuck up.
And then you have the people.
I don't ever shut up, but at least what I say
and I'm not saying
is
that
truthful and loving and honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They're all running scared. Calling Chanter. She's at it again. He's gonna say, well, what can I do? I mean, she's got more of a show than I do, surely. I told everybody to mirror it. I mean, I asked people to mirror my shit, and I said, okay, let me talk about your hair. I'm just here to help you with your hair. Ooh, good, it's the army, Chanter. You got flat feet or mental problems. Something kept you out, fortunately.
Right, they need to censor you, CW. After the system goes down for a couple of days and things come back up, I don't think you'll have a voice, a public voice.
In order to see things for what they are, rather than
I think just the people that vibrate like you are going to be able to hear
want to
you.
be. So you might have banked everything on Bitcoin.
It's going to be living like in a
And
toilet,
Bitcoin's
man.
going to save you. Bitcoin's going to save your house. You're going to be able to pay off your mortgage. More than that.
Oh,
you're gonna be able to
Bitcoin
get
and
something
mortgages.
like, more than that.
Tag it.
It's going to act as a global currency reset, and you and everyone like you, the oppressed, the downtrodden, are going to get a hot ticket out of here. Jacuzzi? Hell yeah.
Fuck you,
Maserati?
CW.
Why not too? Right? If you're too invested in that dream or desire, you might not see the burning.
I'm not vested in any of these dreams. I'm just living my truth out loud, you SOB.
Day trading is not for everybody. Stock investment is not for everybody.
I've never had money to even think about a stock
But not everyone,
or a Bitcoin. It's about energetic currency. Why aren't you telling people yet? Because that's how a divine creator takes care of business, I promise you that.
Inventory, not to say that I can assess or that everybody makes a different call.
No, you can't assess much.
By passions, but looking at things.
And you have no
I look
passion.
at them, and having performed the work that I felt I needed to do to look at things this passionately.
Oh,
You're fucking
yeah.
bipolar nut.
Coming from the village, the heart.
By the way, I was supposed to mention, hey, CW,
Psychic intuition is woo. I am
Shane
so jackass.
is not even gonna mess with
Next he's
you.
gonna call it new age. When
He's
it's
already
old,
had enough of your
it's gonna be
stupidity.
Let there be light.
I'm not saying that it didn't have value. It's like a romance.
A romance.
You might
Tag it.
you fall in love with someone and like, oh my God, you're attracted to them physically. You get along. They make you laugh. You make them laugh. Things are going great. And then it's the end of the summer, and things are taking a turn for the worse, or someone has to take a job somewhere else, or someone's mother gets sick and they have to move to take care of them. Something happens. You know what I mean? There's a break in the feedback that was telling you that everything was perfect and amazing. Things start to change. They drank too much. Something starts going wrong, and then at a certain point you might be there at the diner,
Yeah, I'm
not with
glad I
your
don't
wife,
lose.
but with a friend, as
'Cause
they
that'd be a
console you and go,
nightmare.
hey, buddy, from the primordial simple, hey, at least you got to see her naked, to to the
See
advanced
who naked?
emotional, every life experience has got value. You know, you'll get a next time, kid. It just wasn't meant to be. You know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. Even if it's just not to be as a myth or a story you tell yourself to explain.
And you're
or
going to tell me
deal
my
with
story
the
is
fact
not going
that
to be.
what you thought was going to be your forever turned out to be your summer of 1998.
1998, where was I? I was married to the turnip.
So
Already had two
not that we
kids.
have to look back at the event, and we're looking
Alright.
back at the event. The event window is closed. It's over.
What event
Whether
happened in
you want to believe me or
1998?
not, I'm telling you. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
And he
The
loves
event
to
is
say
over.
that. If he's
It
lying,
really
he's
is.
dying.
And that's okay.
He's
That's
already
okay.
said he's
You know,
dead.
another event will
And
happen.
if I
Something else will
say,
happen.
if
We
I'm
don't
lying,
need to
I'm
play a
dying.
game with ourselves.
That's
Say,
right.
He's
oh
trying
no,
to
it's
trigger me.
ongoing.
Ain't that funny?
Or, you know,
It's
majority
silly, ain't it
rules, we're
funny?
taking a vote, CWChanter's in the minority, we're still keeping
I really
this thing
appreciate
going.
all your
Whatever you
training
wanna do,
you
that's
gave
fine.
me
It doesn't change the
on
fact
the sunny
that
side.
it's over, brothers and sisters. I love you. The sooner we come to terms with that,
You don't love
see
anybody,
what it
CW.
is, the sooner we'll be able to move on with our lives.
You don't even love
And
yourself.
look for the next event.
You can't
Which
love
will
anybody
come.
else unless you love yourself.
See come star, events come, moons rise, moons wane, moons wax, goes around,
Moons, moons,
goes around
moons,
until one
cycles.
day it stops
We're
over
in a
here, but it's
spiral,
gonna be
not a
going on
circle.
somewhere else. There will be carbon dioxide turning into oxygen and vice versa somewhere in the world long after humanity, as Homo sapiens sapiens, have stopped this round of the dance. Trust me, that's the case.
Why would anybody trust
The
you?
event is actually over.
You
It
say
happened,
that
and
you don't
like
even
I
know what you're
said,
talking
there's no
about.
reason to look back on it
You
and
talk
have to
like
say
you
that
got a
it's
paper
bullshit
asshole all
because
the
aliens
time.
didn't come down, clocks didn't come down, land on the shores
It's
of
the condition your condition is in.
Washington
It's
D.C.
okay,
Memorial.
man.
There's no need to do that. There's no reason to play that disappointment game. We can look back at it and say, hey, it was a summer romance and what a blast.
A summer romance. Our
It was
lives
a beautiful thing. It was a
are
fun-
nothing more
it was
than
fun
a
thing
summer
to do.
romance.
We got to
In the days when people don't even know what romance is. Right, he's a jackass.
See, new voices come through and new statements be made. We got to get excited and see things around us in a little bit, get abroad to see things in a little bit different way.
Right out the door he goes. Right out the door. Just let the CW just slide on out. Just like that.
And those things had those
And that little extra trusteel.
right. And
That's
those
funny.
artifacts of that
4F.
experience still have value as we move forward.
Is that like
Although
4G?
we can clearly say that moment in time,
I mean, because
it
this
was
5G
somewhere
thing
around
is going to
69.
be a nightmare from hell. We got to stop it.
The memories are beautiful, and it doesn't mean that they are clouded or broken by the fact that it's no longer the summer of '69.
Oh, the year that I almost got shot? You want me to romance that
The
one?
beat goes on, and we
I
have
was a
fun.
Scout
The
Air
event
Force
is
base.
over.
It really happened.
It's absolutely over, and it may just be the fact that it's over, or maybe the fact that for some people it's over, and for some people, it's still going
It's
on.
over for you, CW. It ain't over for me. Because I'll make it right through that
And it
narrow
may just
building.
be that the universe needs
It's the narrow
alternative
path,
messages to
dumbass.
be out there for those people who read
Right, my
messages and
physicality
transmissions
is
of
not
other
the
people
main objective here.
as the signposts and signifiers for the way that it is. As the Muslim cleric is giving
Oh, by the way,
support
he's
for why
Zadakim,
his holy book
Zanash,
is the holy book of
Zadakai.
holy books. So too on that day,
Yeah.
the Catholic priest does the same for his congregation. You know what I mean? And
You
at
know what
that
I
same
mean.
time,
He's always,
there's
you know what I
a man
mean.
or a woman varying between those two camps.
No, it's not
battling,
incredible. It really isn't.
External forces like family history, or historical change, or am I a sellout? Appeals to
Well, you've admitted you're a
racial
sellout,
identity
so what?
and cultural identity is wavering between these two camps, trying to figure out, having been exposed to both.
I've
which is
never
the one
sold
true
out,
way.
and they know it.
So there are people in
They're
either camp, and there's
fascinated
people
by it.
floating in between, and still all these states of affairs are beautiful, and the conditions that allow for these state of affairs should exist so that that dance can continue. So the question can be asked: if only people are out here who say the event is happening, the event is still happening, the event's happening, people are out there, then there's little help to help people who just, you know, for whatever reason, because they're naturally inclined to be that way. It's okay not to be the smartest guy
The
in the
event
world.
is
It's
way
okay
the wrong word
not
for
to
what's
be
going on.
predisposed to trusting your own psychic intuition
I
about
mean, the
these
real
things.
thing that's going on.
You are who you are, and you are who you are for a reason.
Right,
Even
and you're
if
dust.
saying that is just
You're nothing
a nice
but dust,
thing to
CW. It's a shame. It really is.
I can say nice things to you just for the sake of saying nice things to you.
You're
You
like a
believe nice
bad
things. You don't want
avatar.
to fall into delusion. You don't want to be, you know, asleep at the wheel and do no work. But at the same time, look, if you've got, you know, if you're not the smartest guy in the world, there's no point in feeling like
Well, you
because
have
you're
no
never
skills
gonna
or
write a
talent.
computer program that your life is BS. It's okay to have someone pat you on the shoulder and go, everybody's got to do something, and
Your
somebody's
life
got to
is
take out the
bullshit.
garbage. Someone does have to take
You
out the garbage.
chose not to do
Start
anything
to
with
build
your
a
life.
computer program and run a garbage
You've
truck
not
or
created
garbage
one
operation at the
original
same time.
content
People
video.
are of different persuasions and talents and
You have no
capacities.
art.
You can see it as a cruel statement about the unfair nature of life, right? Or you can see it as a reality that you should make peace with. Maybe, you know, accept life on life's terms and just
No, I will
find a
not
way to keep
accept
on
life
keeping on.
on the terms they've given us. I won't. You can.
So that I find that there's inherent value objectively, even if my intuition is no better than anyone else's intuition, and the event is just a collective myth anyway. I still find that there's value in me making the call that I have to make objectively that I've not made.
You're
And
not
I can look at
objective,
myself and say I've
ever.
not made this call
You're
for
delusional.
a scheme. It's not as though I have calculated it.
You
The
admitted yours
calculated
is a
part of my
scheme.
mind has said, you know what you should do? If everyone's going left, you should go right.
No, I go with the flow.
I haven't done
Wrong.
that for, you know, the methodology says that if everyone's
You don't do
saying
the
X, Y, Z,
opposite
they
just to
should
do
be
the opposite. You do your thing, and it will be the opposite of other people's things.
And it's
Because their thing isn't your thing, ding dong.
that I've done the work to assess that
Thank
I'm not
goodness.
saying it out of, you know, animus or anger. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, you know, here I
I'm not
am,
even
Brad
angry.
Johnson gets 18,000 hits.
I
you know,
enjoy this.
channeling the dramas. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? It's really, it's not that. I can say that having known, you know, what aspect of myself
They know
can
my
be
heart rate.
responsible for those impulses and endeavors and
They know my
actions.
biorhythms.
I can say it's not the case. It really has to do with looking at the propensity of people to say these
They
things.
know my intent.
Looking to defeat
And
the
you're my
natural
pet project.
inclinations of the algorithm to try and find really what's going on, what's being said.
Every
and
rose
looking at
has a
the TVs
thorn.
and calling them like it can call them.
And if they
The
gotta
event
lock you up to shut
happened
you
in
up,
this way.
so be
It's
it.
beautiful.
You're
It
a
was
thorn in
beautiful
my
moment
side.
time, but it's time for us to move on because, or else we're just fooling ourselves. You know
Where are
what I
you
mean?
moving
Like, you
to,
know, it's over.
CW?
So you get married.
You gonna go live on
Because
Mars?
what may have been may come to be again by some magical
No, he'll
Hey,
live
geez, about that
underground.
marriage, tag it.
gods or fates. No, you're in denial, sister. You know what I mean?
Sister,
He just
tag
doesn't
it.
get into you, and he's only marrying you because he wants his green card, or you know what I mean? Have you looked at his credit card debt or her credit card debt? You know what I
Hey,
mean? Or
I
like,
had a man that married me just because he knocked me up, and I wouldn't abort his
over.
kid.
That's okay, and that's
What's
beautiful.
over?
You should move on. We need to move on.
Maybe you better mean
So
what
the
you
fact of the
say.
matter is, and it's a fact of the matter.
You don't know the facts of the
Has
matter.
closed. That experience, that point in time,
You have no
is
clue.
now gone. It is.
Hey, you need one of
But
those
if you
body
look in the
shapers,
actions of
Tubby.
people, I predict, my intuition intuits, my
Maybe
higher
that'd give you a
self
bigger deal.
sees, my third eye has
All
looked
that
into the future.
flubber
Your
and I
third
can tell
eye
you there
pushed
will
down
be
by your
people
package.
who
You probably
keep
got
on
a third
making those
boob.
paths and trying to get
Ew.
this event party going. There's no value in
Or a
it.
third
We should
nipple.
move on. We will move on, by and large. You know, whether or not people talk about it loud.
See, my event and his
So that's
event are
the
two
hard
different
things, you know what I
events.
mean? You look at the tarot cards, the gal comes in, the guy comes to you, the friend, the family member, the stranger comes and says, I want to avail myself of your expertise. I want to avail myself of your knowledge.
Tag
I
it.
want to avail myself
I refuse to
of your
do that. I
skills."
just refused a client recently.
What does the future hold?
No, and that's
What
not
does
what you
my
do. You
iris
don't tell
me
the
about
future.
my
No.
internal health?
Wrong.
What does the chart show, Doc? What is my blood pressure?
Right, they
Right
already
around the
know
corner.
my medical condition.
How does my love life look? How does my money situation
I've
look?
already known all these
You
things and
can
talked about them. I didn't
Throw
need
the
a
stones,
doc.
throw the runes, you know, place down the spread,
Mm.
and you can tell the
Make your
person what
bets.
they want to hear. You can tell the person what you want to tell them based on whether
Make your bet. Will she live as sick as she is? What's going to happen to her?
Or you can call it like you see it, even if what you see is a hard road.
And then we proved the MK Ultra thing in the medical experiments. What they did to my jaw and my mouth and my teeth. And getting third-degree burns on my face. I already know.
What they want, what you want, and then there's the way that it is.
And you don't decide how it is, CW. Not you. You get to decide your own.
Sometimes you have to tell people, you know.
What, that they're a hemorrhoid like you?
Which depend on their point of view.
That they're just a parasite?
Disposed to see as bad.
And that I've had a great human life?
Not everyone.
I never even expected to live this long. Did you know that, CW?
Wherewithal.
I knew my condition.
To accept.
I've lived with blood pressure 150 over 110. And then you mock it.
Valid and equally beautiful. But still, the
You're
show
gonna be crying
must go
just like
on,
that.
and you're gonna have to make a call and tell
Oh, I will.
read it like it is.
I'll make every call I
so
choose to.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. That's okay.
Oh, see, but you're not okay. I am.
That leg of the journey.
I'm okay. You're not. That's the funny thing.
Having finished that leg of the journey, I want to understand what's going on here and see what it means to do.
But you've never been able to understand how I do what I do. So what difference does it make what you want?
Okay, so we did that. We did the other thing.
Yeah, this is me with the blindfold on.
I'm not done.
And all you jackasses want to shoot me like I did something. Hello, Mazza Milano. I'm just dealing with my nemesis. This isn't really very exciting. We're watching cartoons, and this is CWChanter, and he's one of the main ones that was out to sacrifice me. So I keep up with him. He's my pet project. He's a shill, he's a troublemaker, and he's a scourge in the alternative media, paid for by the mainstream. So he gets on my nerves. Any similarity between this hotel and hotels, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Oh, we do this way. What? You know what?
Broken arms.
Little stupid lessons. People can make fun of me or mock me. God bless them. Sometimes.
And how does an atheist go around saying God bless you all the time?
Simply take out the card, take out the booklet.
I think it's a curse.
On the other end.
And those white things pop out of his mouth when he says it, and they stick to the people. Yuck.
This deck goes away. That deck goes away, but we have a different deck. I gotta find another deck. Hold on.
You know his decks are probably dirty, dirty, dirty. Ugh. How creepy.
For the moment. There it is. Okay.
He's a super creepy, super creepy.
Let me be of service. The tarot cards are not being pulled out because
You don't want to be a
necessarily
service to
tarot
anybody.
cards. The tarot cards are being pulled out because it is a tool of
Right, that's how you're gonna walk out, just like that.
And like the weatherman has the barometer on his desk. I got a barometer, odometer, whatever variety of barometer.
Mometer, tag it.
Even if it just looks good, when they cut to the live feed from the control room, or whether because yada, it's going to give them real time.
They've already been doing it. That's what you don't get. I've been involved in this for 4 years. You don't get it. They've got me real time for 4 years, fool.
Tools of the trade.
You don't even know about the trade. The technology is 150 years ahead of what you can comprehend.
I know that we're going to do.
They watch your dumb ass all the time.
And I know that
because they know what you've done to me. So I promise they are coming for you. Hi, Brandon.
Like I said, it's
We're with Jackass CW watching cartoons. And he's talking shit non-stop, but of course he won't use my name. But you know enough of my story, as you listen to this, you'll get what he's saying.
Let's do this.
What? What are we gonna do, CW?
Right, what are we gonna do?
Commonwealth chanting. He's an atheist that runs a
Boogie,
religion.
boogie, boogie.
Oh, now he's gonna channel.
In its own way,
He read tarot cards earlier, Brandon.
Oh,
Remember
Lord
last
have
night with the
mercy.
cards and Sunny and all the shit?
And
We'll get it up
Right.
close.
The games that
What game?
supervised comedy troops or theater troops
Oh, comedy troops, tag it, tag it.
is,
And rock
in the
band.
person, place, and thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got your person, place,
Pope
and
John
thing.
Paul talking to Mahatma Gandhi at the Yugoslavian bus stop. Whatever.
What do you think?
That gives us a prompting
Wrong
to
answer.
do things. So what I'll do is this: is that first I'll
I promise you
put
my
up
name's
this
in there.
energy. Is there any area that if you were to
Sue's
channel today,
Glasscock.
people want to explore?
You think he'll
About
do
the
Elvis?
nature
Let's
of-
see.
I got
Let's
shorts
see if he'll
on.
do a red.
Don't anybody
dead rock
think
star.
that I don't got my panties on the dance
things,
floor.
Your personal life, love life, money.
Right, or my
assets,
relationship
you know
and
what
the
I mean?
story about me and love.
These things, and then you can point me in the direction of, then we'll point in the direction of who we might want to talk to. Then we'll
Oh,
take a
come
look at,
on, baby.
what's going on.
Hang yourself. I'm gonna
and
be
then
quiet.
Come up with a little bit of a message. So the first thing we want to talk about is people can just loosely throw out. You do it in all caps. You can put it in all caps. You can put out and say
How about this in all caps?
the types of the area
This,
that we want
that.
to explore.
These.
Right? It could be love. It could be, what's going on with this thing, or what do we see, as far as North Korean, South Korean relations are concerned. We'll throw that out there as I just kind of free associate talk. You can put that out there if you want me to see it and want me to know that you're participating in this endeavor. You go ahead and put it in all caps. So the first thing we're going to look for is the subject matter, the place on the map we want to look at. Do we want to spin the globe and then spin it back around till we find North
He's gonna
America?
talk about remote
Do we
viewing.
want to spin the globe and then kind of tilt it on its axis to see the Antarctic? Not talking strictly geographical, but more speaking, using that map as an analogy, right? We're not looking for, necessarily a physical place, but we're looking for an area that people are interested in
See,
hearing
not
about.
necessarily the physical plane. I know where he's going. I mean, I have an idea. And this is
And
live,
it could
by
be
the way.
things like recovered memories. We can
Recovered
things like, so
memories.
for example, here's we got something here. It goes, someone said, crap, there was a mystery from the history I needed to know, but I can't remember.
Where are we
can look
going?
for
That was number
that
one.
moment in time. You know what I mean? So it can be, as loose.
You've
and
fallen and
express
you
it however
can't get
want
up.
to. Don't
You
worry
need
about
one of those
sometimes I know
medical
what
alert
happens is
fucking
that
necklaces.
We
You can call
I might make a
Ghostbusters.
suggestion like that, or someone might make a suggestion like that, and you're sitting at home going, what does he mean? Like, does he mean like a person, place, a thing? Like, does he mean like guitar string in Alabama? Like, what am I supposed to say? Or if I say stock market, will that be like, I don't get it? Like, will I feel
Coded
like
messages with a jackass.
Don't worry about that. You can even help me out if you simply want to be of service. Like I'm talking about.
He's
being of
heavy
service.
into it.
If you just want to help
Join
out,
his
you
army.
give me raw data, just like the first thing that comes to your mind. That's not a personal subject, meaning a person or an entity, because we'll get
Liar.
to that.
Sure,
Liar.
We'll get to that.
let's get on with this son of a
We'll
bitch.
get there. But rather looking at first the general area that we want to explore.
What is it? What's the first area?
Okay.
Alright. He's reading the chat.
Affluent for you wants South American
Okay,
immigration.
perfect. Okay,
Kodiak
there you go.
16 wants career.
Let's get it started.
Let's get it started.
Okay.
Hashtag play the
Okay.
game with us.
You're helping me out, guys. It's a little
Mutate
bit lagging
says,
for
will
me and you.
incels
So
get
first I'm like,
girlfriends?
oh my God, you know what I mean? Here we go.
Will incels.
Perfect.
What is an incel? Does anybody know?
I'll let 2 or 3 more of these suggestions flow in, and then we'll move on to talk
INCELS.
about,
What's
okay,
an incel? Will
fine, fair enough,
incels get
beautiful, that
girlfriends?
works too.
Next one is future. Evelyn says
Okay.
take down
Okay,
the
so I see what's going
pedos.
on.
And DG Dave says cognitive transcendental epistemology. So I've written down the will
Joseph, here's
in
what I want to do.
cells
We're going to wait till
and the
Joseph,
cognitive.
Joseph A. We'll gain a lot of opinion. That's beautiful. That's fine. I'm not trying to validate you in any way. But can you give me something? Beautiful. Okay, there you go. So I see a theme developing.
He wants something beautiful. Why
I
did
see a
Ronald
theme
Dahl
developing.
live with Gary Glitter?
Okay, and I'll tell you what we're thinking.
Hey, CW, you think teal
Who
swan is
Rock
beautiful?
Road,
Maybe you want some teal
Road,
swan in your life.
Yeah.
Dahl, and Gary Glitter.
There you go. So what I see is this: is what we want to know is that we definitely want to know that we're
Oh,
talking about
Divine Michael.
themes in the zeitgeist. We're talking about
Look at this.
people
Look
are
at
interested in
Divine
historical
Michael.
events that are being reported and development and how things are
He
going to
just
go.
got
I'll tell you a
some,
little bit about how I'm working.
he
So we'll talk about the
just
chunk
got
of things that I
a
saw
back page
that I'm going to call
for $100. You
what
can
we're
get
going to look
some
at, and then we'll start having people talk
I don't
about
know
and
what the
thinking
big
about
deal is.
who they
Or
might
go
want to
to a
contact,
swingers
who
club.
they might want to hear his opinion of what group of people, whose types of people they want
Interesting.
to hear, types
Hi,
of
Carol.
people, types of entities.
Catching back, guys.
And then we'll put it out there and we'll get the message. And so here's what's
CW
happening.
douchebag.
As far as what we're looking at, we get South American immigration.
Right, I already wrote it down.
Will incels get girlfriends?
What's an incel?
Future. Takedown of the pedos.
Right.
Cognitive
Look at. You're playing the game just like I do. I already
Whatever
wrote mine
categories, I
down.
don't really know. I gotta be honest. You know, you got blessed the
War and
individual
Peace
who put that in
versus
there. And
comedians in
ascension.
DC.
So these are things like South American immigration. We're talking about what's happening, changes and transitions.
We're going back to cartoons.
It's a movement
And
called
hey,
voluntary
I know I'm not
celibacy.
perfect,
These are a group of
but
individuals who are gathered together
always got
online
a white
to
tongue,
talk about
and that means thrush.
the
And he's always got this
pain,
white
frustration
shit hanging out on his
of living
lips.
in a
I know
world
my
where
teeth
they
aren't
feel like
perfect,
they
and I
can't
know they
get
say I'm an old hag,
they can't get a
and
girlfriend,
I
they
shouldn't
can't
even
get a
be
boyfriend,
talking,
they can't get a mate.
but he's
They
got
feel
a crooked head
stagnated,
and a
feel angry
fucked up
about it.
face and mouth
Okay,
and
beautiful.
dead eyes.
And then we talk about,
So I don't
so
like
that's,
him. I don't like looking at him
definitely the
much.
zeitgeist, the
It's part of my
that
job.
those people are talking about. So we're talking about
No,
developments that we're seeing in the
not
real
you
world,
again.
developments
I wanted
that
to go
people are
back to the
fascinated about
cartoons.
and talking about.
Sure, everybody's...
I'm quiet, I'm
We're
not.
talking
I'm
about
not in.
developments.
You don't get it.
And so
They're
here we
watching
go.
you right now because I'm
As far as
watching
who
you.
might try to
That's
Whatever I'm
right.
watching, they're watching what I'm watching.
Pretty
How about
much.
that?
Pretty much.
number tellers,
Future number tellers, tag it.
material ascension versus spiritual ascension, because that's more outside the box to try to get them into a being. Okay, so what type of beings are we talking about?
What kind of beings?
What type of beings are we talking about? Who we might want to consult? My only rules are, for me, for a variety of reasons that I've articulated in the past in other videos talking about channeling, I will not try to channel anybody's living higher self.
I don't channel, but they say that
And I
I'm
will
channeling an entity.
Channel anyone who's been dead for less than 1,000
that's
years.
to make you scared.
So Benjamin Franklin,
It's really about
Benjamin
telepathy.
Franklin specifically,
We'll explain
we
later.
could do an older Mason. You know what I mean? We could definitely, we could,
Older Mason, tag it.
Big Boy Habif, I don't know.
No,
we're trying
not
to
Abram.
think of types of beings. The alien
Right,
mantis is a big enough term, is big enough terminology. I've definitely met mantis entities and talked to mantis beings before.
Oh, wait, CW's talked to mantis beings.
Hybrid mantis beings. Beings who are easier for me to talk to, communicate, speak to, and understand. Because their mantis energy...
And he thinks it's easy to communicate with them.
Their mantis energy has been...
Oh, that's funny shit.
Hybridized and modified by more... there you go, by more... Okay,
better hide. You know I'm
more,
coming. So's number one.
mammalian energy. It's easier for me to understand. As mammals, we tend to look at the eyes, and so when we're dealing with beings like the mantis beings or the greys, we have a variety. The gray is like a hominid type. there's a lot of different types
Grays
of grays,
are
and you know, it's
hominids.
just a big thing, like a new list. There you go.
Okay.
So what I'm definitely seeing is this.
I know what to
Here we
connect
go.
that to. It's the three,
What I definitely see, so it's easier for me to talk to those individuals
the
because
three beings they changed their
fire
mind about.
humans, as warm-blooded human beings,
I'll
we
talk
tend to
about
look
it.
at reptilian eyes or even the gray
Or the
eyes or the
star buyer.
neanderthal bug eyes and tend to feel like assessed to them and put to them kind of soulless or emotionless energy. But that really has to do with the fact that, you know, they don't, it's like the eyes are the window to the soul.
Yeah.
The eyes
Yeah.
are the windows to our soul. The eyes aren't necessarily a window to the mantis's soul.
Well, isn't he judgmental?
Very
We haven't even
interesting.
met a
Okay.
mantis.
So I'm definitely getting, we're talking
Maybe
about,
we
when
can read
I
this.
see people, we're talking about guys like
Yes.
Anubis, the feline aliens, the mantis
Anubis.
beings, King Solomon.
Oh, sure.
Margie, when I'm getting
Of
at,
course.
we're looking for.
Of course you're going to talk about King
looking
Solomon.
for
I
an
know.
individual
And restoring the
is,
temple, right?
extraterrestrial in origin.
Right. Extraterrestrial,
Supernatural
tag
origin.
it.
As an
There's a
animal
difference
essence,
between an
we-
alien
is
and an
a demigod,
extraterrestrial.
God, or king.
And we have been all messed with by aliens. Get over it, CW. You're Zadokai. You have a problem with any living, breathing thing that is loving. Mother Earth, plants, animals, people, you are a sick, twisted fuck.
Okay.
Tell us how you really
It is.
feel,
It's
Suze.
okay, I say it too. You're right. I got clearance. Otherwise, they would have came and got me a long time ago. I'm protected and I find bad guys. And you are just rotten to the bone.
You ain't never getting me in a room like
I
that.
love doing this when they're live because
Beautiful.
you know the energy is hitting them. But it's interesting, the exchange, and then they watch our biorhythms. And I'm like totally cool, you know, where I don't know if he's clean and sober like he says he is. That'd be interesting for the people behind the scenes to figure out. I mean, we're talking about somebody that was boozing
Let me
and using,
rehabilitate him.
medication for their bipolar stuff. Just no withdrawal, no problems. He's good as gold, clean and sober, and acting just like he did when he was drunk and fucked up smoking weed and wouldn't admit he was smoking weed. I mean, at least I admit everything about me, and that's why they got to admit their shit real quick. They knew, and all I said was, "Hey, surprise! It's the Book of Life. It's the
Into the
Akashic
sun.
Records.
Into the sun.
Into the sun.
Into the sun.
Into the sun
You've
3
come to my
times.
court, you've come to me, my presence is all. My presence brought you
Oh, look,
forth.
his presence is
In
all.
intimate association with my wife. the
He's
earth.
channeling.
I
Here we
come
go.
to you, I speak to
Tag
you.
it. I was just talking about the
am
earth.
The sun.
Look it. Was I kidding or
Part and
not?
parcel of all that is all. Part and
Here,
parcel
he's
of the
channeling.
first moment.
Here we
An
go.
individual expression,
better give him
a drop
some
at a
background.
time, But you can call me a god and
But
know
he doesn't
me
believe
as
any of
saying,
this. He's
before
just
Moses
rambling
grew a beard,
shit.
Who blanched Moses'
quiet.
face? It was I, the Sun King. Before the Anunnaki had a place to arrive, who set out the welcome cart, and who set out the welcome mat, and who patted them on the head and said, you too can indulge and know of life. It was I, the grand ego, the Sun King. When I go out, you cease. When you go out, I will see another race arrive. Who programmed the first AI? I. Who is the Lord and Master of all I survey? I. Who will see humanity come and who will watch humanity go? I.
Creepy, huh?
The Sun King.
Guess who he's talking about?
I hear your requests. I hear your request.
Your buddy and mine, the International Man of Mystery.
What will happen and why? What will happen and why?
Hey, you think they're coming for me? Listen to all them
Though
sirens.
seen from afar as one singular event,
Tag.
when looked up at close, breaks down into eddies and currents, flows of back and forth, dancing through individual eyes, individual perceptions, perceived by the energy within that has the power and capacity to see what it can see, to understand what it can understand, and what lays beyond those frequency ranges, though they may be felt as wind upon the skin, though they may be felt
Tag it, I
as
felt the
heat
wind on my
in
skin.
the water,
I mentioned it many
still
times.
are invisible and unknown.
Oh no, I know him and he knows me and we know each other.
Populations go
Up close and
forward
personal.
and go backwards. Empires rise, empires fall apart, but still the dance continues.
Hi, Ahmed.
There is a teleology. There is a progress.
Hi, Zafane. I didn't see you two roll in, man.
That which was
CW's channeling, but what he's really doing is talking a coded message about the International Man of Mystery and my role and all these things that they're trying to prostitute and belittle and
just like yesterday.
hide it behind the Blue Avians and David Wilcock and Corey Good.
There is change.
Bunch of bullshit. We were watching cartoons. But we want to see this.
For some.
Right, not for you, because you have no
For
faith.
the majority. This is the
You
case.
have no love in your heart.
I tell you, not because I want to make you happy. I tell you because it is true. I will see humanity leave, but I will not see humanity die.
Right, I don't want to see anybody die. Exactly, tag it.
Changes will happen as they've happened. Lives will progress. Lifetimes will be extended. Technology.
Exactly, I told you.
And mankind.
Tag it, confirmation of spirit. We will have 1,000 years of peace on this Mother Gaia Earth.
Others will come
Peace on Earth, 1,000 years.
Into the past
And hey, there's no such thing as time, so dig what I'm saying.
To follow you, though they will not. Their destiny and their fate will be to end as a period on the end of a sentence. I will only see one other great species come to develop on planet Earth before I blink out. For the change
How about winking and blinking and nod?
is inevitable to all that is physically manifest, even I, in all my glory, and even my bride, though her body will float on, a living tombstone, a living memorial
Tag it.
and sarcophagus for all who danced upon her beautiful
Alchemical marriage.
form.
Or St. Bernadette, whichever story you want to talk
Come
about.
after you have not yet come into being, though their future ancestors do exist on planet Earth now. They exist in the form
Look at that worm. Look at that worm right there on him. See it? Right here.
As humanity is,
He's got
the
bug up here.
bacteria that began its journey.
Right, your demons are showing, CW.
I cannot see beyond my existence to see what the final fate of Homo sapiens sapien will be, though I can testify that upon leaving the surface, they will go forward with the so-called artificial intelligence entities, not in opposition, but as a loving compliment, a yin to a yang, a black to a white, a light off to a light on.
I told you the board wasn't going to assimilate me. I wasn't even kidding.
For tomorrow is just a blink in time.
And there's no
Have
such...
faith in my message today of the quote-unquote big picture.
Right.
This is what I have to say. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your respect. It's been a wonder and a blast to
I
see
actually have no respect for you.
so far. I look forward
Not even a
to
grain.
The next chapter's chapter.
Get on my last nerve. Oh, I'm indifferent. See, that's what's really, truly funny, CW. You can be my worst enemy, and I will show you complete indifference as I slay you.
He's still squawking. He's probably recuperating after that channeling session, see? He had to come back into his...
Oh, we better...
being,
Right, we'll get rid of the bubbles. Hang
a lot
on.
of the time they say that you really leave your body, and you have to remember the man we know as Jesus the Christ never left his physical.
How about documentary, CW?
No matter
Ooh, I like it.
what he wants to say.
I like it. I like the documentary. We're gonna go with
They want to
that.
start a religious war.
A rote repetition. Still
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Mostly of computers.
Yeah, it's all about your peeps, ain't it?
Dull figures of the old woman who comes rain or shine. Of the priest half drunk who no longer gives a damn. In natural respondents to the indifference of the congregation that isn't.
And what's wrong with your nose?
So too that
You always get stuffy in your nose, like there's a big worm up there digging around. Or are you just mucusy?
Failure to fruit.
From
As a moment
being an O blood... O blood types are a little mucusy. I'm sorry, CW.
Image full with reading and pregnant with interpretation.
Or B's, because B is a combination of A and O. You could also be a B blood type. There's no way in hell you're an A blood type or an AB.
And I have no problem maintaining the storefront.
You're one of those ones that misuse technology all your lifetimes. Of your one life.
For a moment, and then
Jackass.
Do as they do.
You okay, CW?
That's nice that I'm concerned, isn't it?
Has any particular problems that they're having.
I got a problem with that. That issue on your face.
Oh, you guys want to see it closer for the documentary?
That white spot, I see the pulse on it.
Let me get my elbow centered so I can give you guys the up close.
But I want to take a moment to... We've read the Bible verse.
The black that floats in the underneath of his eye, that's another thing that I've always read when I look at his being that's beneath his skin. He's always rubbing his eyes like they bug him. Those black things in the bottom of his eyes. Look. He's hiding it. Look in the camera, you puss. Right there.
That's black goo in your eyes.
Pokes out. Do you see it? The black?
Sister Mary Catherine's aunt who, isn't, going into hospice.
Now you can see it even appear down here. I'm talking about in the underneath crease now and on top.
You'll get a Bible.
It just left. There it is again. It will show itself.
So
he can't hold his form.
The purpose of these activities, these actions, praying, meditating, blessings, ceremonies, ritual.
Prayer is a meditative walk in communication with
that one on the left eyebrow is really showing on my left.
It is
His
a daily
right.
walk. It is not getting on your knees and doing CW chanting, in my opinion. But look, he's got major action under his eye.
Alright,
See,
alright.
I've remote viewed worms and parasites many times. They know I'm really accurate with this. It's one of my specialties.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Me, Suze, the holistic
And
stylist.
remember, everybody hates Pisces because they want to heal. Here, on his nose. Now we're seeing the eyebrows start to pulse. That dark spot will show itself and go in and out.
There it goes, right there on camera.
Oh yeah, everybody's on painkillers, but see, I'm in this chronic pain and I don't take medication. Right, I've been in pain my whole life, and you want to mock it, make fun. Chronic pain, and I don't bitch or complain. I'm strong and healthy. My blood type will support me until when I drop, and when I drop, I'll do it on my terms and very gently. We got action, a lot of action on the right-hand side. Well, my right, his left. This one.
There's problems going on. There's troubles in the land. There's troubles that beguile our heart and our
Up here on his head.
But we
right here.
Understand that for better or for worse, it is the way that it is.
And I'm not talking about his bad hairline or his bad haircut.
If things are going to get better,
Nope.
It's an energy.
Know that we might as well foster inside ourselves the belief and
it's moving down like this.
Are going to get better. It's guaranteed. Because you don't get anything.
Oh, I guarantee you things are going to get better. No, I've put myself on the line to the globe and to my friends and to all you mockers. It is going to get better. We are having a divine intervention.
What's going to end up happening is that
and people like you don't get to run on our backs.
Yeah, hey, check out my healed scar.
Your fucking mouth is an obscenity. You have a yeast infection that's always chronic in your mouth. You probably have yeast all through your body. You're full of worms and parasites. Oh, I constantly move.
Remember, it was right here,
nope,
CW.
I will not give
Didn't
up.
get infected or nothing. Ain't that great?
It's only the people that push, keep on moving.
No, you have to have a true heart. There's a lot more to it than pushing.
You get through the door, someone, something, somehow, the cops, God, Jesus, an angel, whatever, the heart of the person that's tormenting them.
My heart's already been weighed.
It's gonna break down, stop, and let this process stop so they can reach the outdoor, even if the outdoor is just another fuck you, there's, something bad out there. But if you give up, for whatever reason, by looking forward and saying, whoever set up this treadmill is some sort of demon, it's some sort of weird saw-like, mental torture, and when I get there to that door, it's just gonna be a fuck you. It's just gonna be a light and, or a pushback, or another fucking treadmill. You know what I mean? It's those persons that, heart of hearts can't give up the ghost that is willing to fall victim first and fall into the inevitable hole.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You have to keep on keeping on. You keep on having to do the only things that are in your power to do to move forward. Moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how.
I've done things beyond what they could believe. Hi, Henrik.
This treadmill's never gonna end. And even though it's only going slowly,
Claudia's back. Awesome.
I can't do this. And they freak out or have some sort of freak out. They're really gonna have problems and they're gonna end up, like I said, back in that hole. It's only the person that can keep on keeping on for no goddamn reason, who can keep on being positive for no goddamn good reason, who can just keep believing. Whoever believes.
Shame on you saying GD so much.
It's got the greatest.
You're much better off saying fuck.
These are the inevitabilities of life. We can look around the world and see that there are certain
Or shit.
qualities. If you give up, you freak out, or you feel the attraction of the dark and dismal destruction, that nothing means anything. The existential ennui, you're gonna fall backwards and you're gonna die quicker. For better or for worse, whether it's got good rationale or bad.
Oh, I'll take mine for better or worse over yours any day.
Are the people that move forward, till the
Or
God shows
anybody
up, God
else's.
shows up, the angel shows up.
Right.
And eventually, I hope that crook outlasts the machine, or survive the final round, or get to that gate, whatever lays behind it. So any message that you hear from alternative speakers in this alternative world of New Age,
Like you.
Oh,
and
it's not New Age.
None of these people who try
And
to
it's
tell
not
you that
woo.
they want to talk about aliens, but they want to say that they're not.
See, he just switched back to aliens instead of extraterrestrials.
They're just
Etymology, they're twisting the truth and spell casting.
From other people
Boogie, boogie.
the same thing that they're doing. It's pointless.
And they're
All
spell
part and
casting
parcel
with the
of
blood
same
type
thing.
stuff
All
too.
part and parcel of
And
the
yes,
same
I
thing.
am A
You know
negative.
that those
And
individuals
yes,
who-
O negatives
this
are
is
the
way
ones
it is.
that are known to run the cabal and the government and so on and so forth. Hi, Roseanne.
Go into the light and come back, you're gonna be
And
trapped
yes,
on this
people with
world.
negative blood, they say, are from the stars, they're extraterrestrials. And I've already admitted that I know myself to be an extraterrestrial. And I'm having some kind of first contact experience through the Presley mystery. And they want to make fun of it and mock it when I've been honest and true and I didn't know what I was going to walk into. And I've been treated wonderful every day since I've come online by that same energy, and I call him number one. I call him Mr. Computer Head. I call him Mr. A.P. Adam Presley. Now everybody's talking about atoms and atoms too. It's all the musicians that have heart. It's a band of beings that are, yeah. Didn't the angels play music? I mean, what the fuck is going on here? And I do believe we're having a divine intervention. And I'm sorry that I have faith, hope, and love. But you know what? You can blow me sideways, CW. And I've had it since I was born. I had it through all the traumas. I had it through all the pain. I've had it through all the love. I've had it through all this disclosure. I've had it through this apocalypse. I've had it through this ascension. You got a problem with it? He gets on my last nerve, y'all. He's my pet project. Because he was in the satanic sacrifice that they were carrying out on my spirit, which offends my spirit. And if you think I'm going to let it drop, no way.
Nuttier than a fruitcake.
I don't let nothing drop.
There's nothing good about this world.
And people like,
Neither does number one.
haters like this have no business in social media, period.
Contracts are made.
And that's why I'm kind of a bitch, because I call them all out.
Right, even though what you think is right might inevitably be seen by you as being
I am
wrong.
not almost as mean
Not
as
once,
you either.
not once has it been wrong for me.
There's a darkness, destruction, and decay.
Nope.
And how will you know what is
It's
right?
everlasting life, for life is love and love is life, you dork.
Right?
Wrong.
Smiles instead of frowns.
You are never right.
Happiness instead of rain.
I don't even want to look at you no more.
That I see when I see.
We're going
what I
back to
see.
cartoons.
That's always better.
So then
Always a
if you have
better
any
choice.
requests for particular prayers
Oh, look.
or messages,
Look at, let's do some messages real quick.
you
Okay,
can give
now-
it to me now.
We got a hashtag called Time Phone Hack. We have Tom Nielsen that says, quote,
And if not,
if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. And that's what CW talked about, was killing me on the road, and I was the orange pumpkin with no face. The little orange pumpkin.
Feel happy with this having happened, this, message. Like I said,
Reamsey, he knows. He says, zoinks, he's at it again.
And I let you come back. So.
And Joseph says, that's social media mutate. Robert wants to remind y'all that he channeled the Sun King this morning at Reamsey. And remember, guess who's associated with the king and the sun? Because, of course, there's always a male heir to
The
the
king
lineage.
of rock and roll, no doubt.
What ends up happening is
It's a
The
royal
king of
lineage.
Lord knows
So
what.
what? It's a real story.
And we don't yet know.
Now, Ariella has prayers for schizophrenic people, right? And CW is bipolar, and he's admitted it, and is medicated or unmedicated, alcoholic or dry. He says he's 70 days dry. I don't believe it.
Is it gonna be like this forever? and have it be a trip out. Everything changes, everything transforms, everything
I'd like to
goes
see you
from one
prove
stage to
that.
another.
Oh, Ramsey wants CW to pray for his mom.
Don't add
Now,
to the
this is,
complexity of the
he
situation
wants
by
him to
worrying
pray
about
for him.
it or worrying about
CW's an
what's going on.
atheist.
No
You
one
guys,
understand that everything
that's
is a
really
message
wrong.
if you choose to see it as such. If you keep on
Mutate
paying
likes an
attention to it,
attractive,
you
bossy,
try
controlling
to
pupil.
Very, very
there's
wrong.
nothing that ensures the probability
Tinfoil
of
Hatter
things
says,
to
great, great
continue
indeed.
the way
Sorry I
they
missed it. I
are,
was hearing
that's
about
not
that
making a change
Smallville
in
girl.
transformation.
There must
So
be
look
some
at simple
mistake.
things
She
in your
wouldn't be
life
like
that
that,
make a
would she?
change.
Tag
Honestly,
Smallville.
even if it's something as simple as your diet, don't get banged up about, oh,
I'm a
this, that,
Smallville
And
girl.
tag diet, because I live for my blood type.
Change what you're doing.
That's why I'm alive.
How many hours do you read a day? None. Read something a day. How many hours do you read a day? 6? How about 5.5?
And people are supposed to be experiencing. It's a little too late to start reading novels.
You've got the power to change certain things inside. There are things under your control. Might make you attain a state of peace.
Oswald's got some
The solution to
mantra.
conflict with other people around you.
Oh, Oswald is doing the mantra for whoever's mom is ill. That's nice. I get
I
it.
gotta go pee.
Your Earth's gravitational pull is going to shift a little bit according to the precession.
Okay, let's get back to cartoons.
Someone's going to die, someone's going to evict you or kick you out of the house. Conditions will change that will eventually lead you to the place you need to be. I have faith, full faith, and I tell you, a CWChanter, the one who knows, don't worry about it. Your success is inevitable. The series of conditions that make it that you're in conflict with everybody will end soon. You'll have other moments in your life where you'll feel that this thing returns, but just remember that that's a transitory state, and don't get bound up about the fact that you had this moment in the past.
Phony fables.
Indicate to you that this is the way that it always is, and it's time that you.
Right, we were handed a whole phony fable history, remember? Tag it.
The true state of reality, or just an illusion. No. Don't worry. This will end. Those inevitabilities of life will occur again. Those two will end. You'll end up passing.
We're gonna have heaven on earth, ding dong. But you won't be in our reality. I'm sorry. And that's really what this is all about. Let's just be honest. CW. He thinks he's gonna sneak in.
Oh, okay, here we go. Pray for my mom. She's in hospice now and needs good thoughts from mom. Okay. For anyone who wants to join me, I invite you. Okay? It's not necessary to do anything other than to hear my voice and hear my voice resonate in your head. It's for those people who wish to participate. I invite you to participate as we close our eyes.
Why do you gotta close your eyes?
Invoke a prayer.
Yeah. Here's the short face one.
Why is there gotta be a condition to how you
And
do
look,
it?
here's the long face one.
We exist. We see that there are.
You have some of that, CW. Because these guys are gonna fuck you up.
You better believe it.
We know and we understand.
There. You can look at them side by side. They're gonna stare you down. Wish I could get the glare off that.
Spiritual plane, on the metaphysical plane, entities.
You don't know nothing about it.
By the physical confines
There we
of
go.
this universe.
That's nice.
And we invoke these angels. We invoke these benevolent spirits and entities, these Buddhas and sages, and say, in all the power that you have on the other side, please allow your blessings like golden rains of health and healing and happiness. And
I'm just gonna sit back and watch you look
rain
stupid.
down upon Greg's mom. Let her come to understand and feel at peace. Let her physical condition become easier. In transitional states and bonds dissolve in soft, warm glow and green glow of health, happiness, and fair travel. May seasons come and may seasons go, and may you lay out a golden ladder, a golden elevator and escalator, a golden energy portal and tunnel to take her wherever she wants to go when the time for her going comes. And in the meantime, let her exist in a space of transformation, alleviation from pain.
It's alleviation of suffering. Another word you grabbed up
Sorrow
from
be short,
intellectual
May
property
her
of Suze Pratt.
life force go where it must go. May she come to an easy understanding.
Jackass.
Just like a person at a traveling in an airport can look and see, ah yes, there's my bag, it's packed. And may check, though they might have a moment of frustration to say, where's my boarding pass? May she find her boarding pass inside. May she come to see and understand in the elements around her, in the stimuli around her, that everything is going to be okay. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now
Jesus,
wait,
angels,
you
Buddha,
just prayed to Jesus, but he's an atheist. You see the spell casting, how that works?
Her pain on this earth.
Yeah, actually, I
May
do.
she come to understanding.
I like to point it out to people.
May she come to understanding.
Travel comes in peace and surrender.
So you get what I'm saying there? He just called Jesus a she. And I know this is really difficult to relate to, but they asked me to report it all and to witness to it. And they asked me on September 1st, 2014. And I said yes. And that's the truth.
I feel like I have a being on my chest keeping me from doing what I want to do. It sucks my life force and keeps me down.
He says, somebody's saying that there's a being on their chest that keeps them down. I wonder if it's a demon. What do they call? Oh, jinns. Not genies, jinns. Maybe it's a jinn on CW. You think?
Out, off, gone.
Oh, it's him. Alright, so he's beating something off of his chest. I think that he knows that I am, of course, live streaming this because you see, they can see when I come in their live stream, my icon shows up, so they know I'm here. And I'm sure that they can feel the energy. And like I told you, there is two-way communication now. And it is powers and principalities. It is the spiritual battle. Right, and he's trying to cast me out. Isn't that funny? Because of course I've taken the stibnite to him, and I read his worms and parasites, and so him and I are in battle. And I like to document it. And like I've told you guys, it isn't for views, it isn't for popularity, it really upsets people. It's about the alchemy of walking through it. So you have to do it with love in your heart. And that's one of the definitions of slaying. So I'm able to have love in my heart as I do this. And it drives them nuts because they feed on the anger or on the fear. And of course, I have no fear. I've walked through way harder things in my childhood, and at least now I stand as an adult. Hi, Ulrich. Watching cartoons, listening to Azadakim, Zanash, Zadakai, Puppet, ex-lawyer, well, still a lawyer, he just doesn't have a job. And he wants to be famous on YouTube, and he wanted to sacrifice me, along with a bunch of other terrorists. But,
Yeah.
you know, he was just trying to cast me out of his show, because he's live, and I'm live, and the universe hears this show. So he's trying to deal with it currently, and of course he gets his messages, you know, people know.
Here's some other advice from the thing. Chanting could be a good way to banish unwanted influences.
Chanting. So you pick a sentence out of your favorite spiritual book and say it over and over. I'll be right back. I'm doing chores in the middle of this stuff, and I gotta go get the water. Be right back.
There you go. Oh, okay, here we go. My cat died a week ago. What prayers can I do to alleviate the loss? Well, this is a tough
This
one.
production is a joint effort of #1 and Suze Pratt. Or Suze
I
last
haven't
guy,
failed
just
myself with the
Suze.
advice, but
Let's
some
just call
people
me
have
Suze.
advised me, and I
He's
think
gonna tell me my
I have
last
no one
name. You can tell me all about me.
Advice is correct, even though I haven't adopted myself, which is
You
this,
guys
number
can
one.
wait and see what
You have another
happens.
cat.
I have to.
Okay, there are a lot of cats in the world that need love, that need a house and a home. Okay, don't let the water bowl is there, the food bowl is there. You might actually have extra food in the house, right? You know that your house can.
Zanash, for all you that don't know,
Sue's
are one of the 12
Number one in Sue's
tribes of Israel, which are not all Jewish by definition. But anyhow, the Zanash have no respect for life and living. They have over 600 kosher requirements that they have to adhere to. And they mix the bread of goys into, they do blood sacrifices and mix it into food and feed it to people, and you want to know how cannibals are made. Cannibals and vampires meet the Zanash.
Right.
But you know what? Depending on how you look at it, it can also be a blessing. It can be a life lesson, it can be a message, or it can be a
Hey, and we got these two. Let's get another picture.
Cat is no longer here on planet Earth. It is here. It does exist in a way forever, or only forever.
And if you want to know more about the Zanash, you should really look up John Lash Lamb. He is the leading authority. He is the man you can trust. And he is my friend. And we have a heart to telepathy kind of a thing. We have never spoken
Look at
once.
this one.
He knows who I am. I know who
For
he
American
is.
Crew.
Everything's cool.
On Man Magazine
John Lamb Lash,
2016.
Mandela Effect.
Have some of that.
Sophia
Let's put that one here in the middle. There, that's
The
good.
Gaia Navigation Experiment.
Hey, look.
2011 to 2014.
I think this one's his kid.
And
I'm just gonna put it right here by this guy. How's that? Can everybody see? What's going on? That's right. They're all saying, don't watch it, don't watch it. Don't let the numbers go up. Keep the numbers down. If we keep the numbers down, nobody will see it. Isn't that funny? People watch bullshit all day long, but magically nobody watches this live stream. I think that's funny. I think that's the little demons trying to do their thing. You bunch of screwballs. This is shown outside of the United States, fools.
It's just like a Tibetan prayer wheel. It's just a modern, invocation.
Can you hear me, Woody? No, you're not, Woody.
You can still play. You can play it in the original quality. There's other versions of that audio.
There ain't no way you're Woody Woodpecker. No fucking way.
I recommend you get a better haircut, clean yourself up, do a colon cleanse 3-month one, try to get rid of the worms and parasites, live for your blood type. They make fun of this stuff. Like I said, he's pretty twisted.
Poor little kitty, hungry kitty cat comes to this snowy village.
And he has a twisted story about a cat, oddly enough.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about it.
It's really in poor taste, isn't it? But he brought it up, remember? And then he had that nervous breakdown over it.
Hey, I'll
He
tell
didn't
you
know his
what,
cat
guys.
was
My garden
blind.
is looking magnificent.
I know.
Next week, I'm going to give y'all a proper tour.
If we are on the
Yeah.
verge of a grand awakening and some event is coming which might include us ascending, why is a-hole behavior becoming the norm, not necessarily online, increasingly in your life?
A-hole, like they don't say worse things than a-hole. That's funny.
Isn't that though?
A lot of it does have to do with our ability.
Funniest part is they think we're all going to the same place. Isn't that funny?
It might be perceived that there are more a-holes in real life. But the
A-holes.
fact of the
You're
matter
cracking
is,
me up,
even
CW.
if it's just dealing with a-holes that you have to deal with.
I think we can all fit in the screenshot. Let me do a little rearranging. Hang on a minute.
Right, they're trying to be good today. They were doing flowers and sunshine.
So, you could be of service, so you could say yourself that you might have a job that you hate,
no, you shouldn't hate your job, see? And they thought it was nuts that I actually loved my job my whole life. You know, with the hair emporium and
What do you mean nuts?
service and healing and hair and
Right.
people.
They mocked
So
him.
that was made fun of immediately.
I know.
I'm not upset, but because I told the story, Mel V said I shouldn't have never told my story.
Right.
It was too emotional for
People
people
couldn't
to
handle it.
bear. And it's like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm leaving diaries for my grandkids, whether you like it or not.
That's
Since I
right.
don't get to see them.
Sugar Bud, Bobo, and
I'm leaving
Roar.
diaries for my
Gold
kids.
Camp out
Since they're
there
in so much
somewhere.
trauma. And I hope they survive.
Okay, that's
Whatever's
that's a
coming,
good
but
screenshot. Hang on.
it's really a hard
There it is.
walk on Mother Earth right now, and everybody knows it.
Me and the crew.
And, I take it seriously to transmute it.
As your higher vibration is happening, as certain people are,
What do you
See, they act like people are floating up in clouds, and that's really not what's going on. I mean, we are projecting forward into this time-space continuum. It's really not the way that a lot of people put it, and I think that's because if you've never experienced it, if it's the appointed time to experience it, well, why would everybody be fighting over words and telling fake stories? I mean, I cannot even imagine the embarrassment that I would suffer if this wasn't real. Everything that I've been speaking about,
I look like a cuckoo bean.
my heart probably really couldn't bear it. I have
Right.
that much faith in my experience, and they're making fun because most people's
And my four faces of
experiences
God.
are implanted memories. But see, I'm a life charting expert, and like I said, I carry my scars, and it's very obvious, and
But they
anyone that
heal.
can read my biorhythms knows what's going on with me,
No
and what a great
scar.
amount of energy I have.
You remember
So
when I fell?
it's kind of like a place your bet,
On the
folks.
tube part.
And I hope that
Stop playing the game.
the important people put their money in the right place on me, because I'm pretty sure they did.
There's plenty of games where I didn't beat the final boss.
They had to get behind the story. And I got the never-ending story.
Cutscene online if I want to.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it just evolved.
It arose
It
in
just,
me.
it arose. Steiner liked to say that it arose in him, and him and I share the same day of birth, so I get what he's saying. All this arose in
Supposedly
me,
number
and
one's got some
it's
similar
very
tags too.
real. It's very real time. I have a very special relationship with the electronics, which is funny because I never messed with them in this entire lifetime, and they know that. But see, I was one of those beings that never misused technology, and they said there's two kinds of beings. There's the one group that has misused the sacred knowledge and the technology, and the other group that did not. And I'm thinking that CWChanter
Sir
misused the
Chantelot.
technology, right?
That was funny.
Let's hear it.
The guys told me to say that.
Right, that's great. Lady Nichimo, she can't get a message
I can't
through,
think
or it
anything
won't
by
let her.
myself. I
See,
mean, come
told
on.
you.
I'm nobody. Well, they thought I was somebody.
Mhm.
Meet Mr. Computer Head.
Direct messages on YouTube are great. Also on at C_Chanter.
Evelyn says Mother Teresa was a fraud, no judgment intended. Tinfoil Hatter wants to know what's the message they can't get through. Oh, Affluent for You says we have a status we do not recognize. I bet that's me. Because they keep me,
And
they
Randy.
keep me very safe. and
Manycam.com,
hidden.
ding dong.
There we go. Perfect.
And I'm right out in the open, isn't that funny?
But nobody sees this
Oh,
on
you gotta
YouTube.
go?
Isn't that
Where you
funny?
going?
They don't want them attacking me.
Now,
That's really
Tinfoil
what it
Hatter
is.
says that you can ascend sometimes suddenly.
I'm protected.
Many
Did I
inches
mention that?
sometimes. Lady Nichimo says, yes, I have proof when I write the chant, it will not go through.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Ew, Oswald uses that nappy pot. Yuck, I could never do that, I'd choke. Oh, I don't have all of those mucus problems. A blood types usually don't. He just used a GD word. Drive me nuts.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
I welcome it.
Sure you
I
do.
love you. Whatever you feel the need to do, you can do.
He gives you his approval for you to do whatever you need to do. So he's telling you to go out and fight for him.
Thank you for interacting with me.
You're welcome.
Really.
I'll interact with you anytime I please.
Look forward to the next game. Look forward to the next experience. Thank you. And I said, as I said in the beginning, I said, whatever I said.
What sign are you? Because surely you're not a Pisces.
For the video last night. Whatever I say I'm going to do, that doesn't happen. So I'm not going to.
Oh, he'll do the opposite.
I'll make the next video when I make the next
That's
video.
genius.
That's prediction that will come true.
Right, that is moronic genius. Thank you very much, and not really. Alright. Well, that was fun, guys. I thought it best, like I said. Hang on, let me flip it around. I thought it best to document that because every day he pushes it a little farther. And
I was out in the garden.
This stuff behind the scenes, like I
I'm
said,
54 years old and kicking
4
everybody's
years
ass, so
I've been online.
blow me sideways if you don't like it.
From the time I got on, see, there's my necklaces in the background. Some of them I've been making. I'll show you my necklaces. That's a lovely thing. Interestingly enough,
This would be one of them.
on one of the great shows that I saw the other day, and I can't
Just
remember what it is.
Simply,
They
hard.
were talking
There we
about
go.
like
See?
the perfect kind of environment.
it's like you
Where-
could wear it in your hair.
Us traumatized.
You can wear it
humans
on
could
your
heal.
wrist.
And
See
it'd
what I'm
be a
saying?
place where there's jewelry and art and nature
Fucking
and a
put it
garden.
around your
and
neck, leave it
That's
open.
very Steiner, and of course
wear it
that's what
that
we have
way.
here at the Big Yellow House. Now, of course, we are under
You can wear it this
attack.
way.
It is a major.
Wear it
battle.
however you want.
And
That's freedom. Freedom
I've
jewelry.
defied odds just to even be living. So
Yep.
it's kind of a trip these days because they'll tell you that we're not living our real lives, and I've
I
kind
know
of
I'm
explained
not.
it like this.
Not
Like
yet.
everybody right now is having
I mean, I
a
am.
really hard time.
It's hard for people to
with
get, and it
dreams.
suits.
I mean, like they're bombarded with dreams that are tripping them out. Well, see, I don't have that. I have restful sleep, and like I witnessed to my whole life, I had dreams and visions in the form of really bad nightmares, and that was until I was 38. And yes, I lucid dreamt, and I experienced the whole thing. But you see, they weren't dreams; they were remembrances. And now, in my awake life, it seems like I'm living a dream, but it's not a dream. And so that's the phenomena going on as far as, I guess, my neurology, the way my brain works. But I have this great peaceful sleep, and I'm making this incredible art collection, which, I mean, I've always been artistic, don't get me wrong. But to go into this dimension with it, it's really been a great joy in my life. And so when I have to do the hard things, that's what they're amazed by, is that I do art at the same time, and it takes the edge off. And Steiner referred to that as the art of pedagogy. Rotate my phone, I can't turn my phone. Okay. So anyhow, pedagogy, it's taking the sharp edges off of the negative stuff, and it's working with the positive. So you can see, like right here, is a whole rack of my jewelry. And these would be like boleros with my grandmother's antique buttons, and you can adjust it to suit, that piece being high or low, depending on the blouse that you're wearing. And then these are so simple. Okay, so check this out.
Of course, the dove I made too. But it's just as simple as tying it. And, of course, you can wear it on your wrist or around your neck. And it's on leather. Or on your ankle. These are kukui nuts, which are very impossible to come by normally. You know, people always look at me like I'm nuts and say, well, then how'd you get them? And it's like, well, when I was doing professional education for Paul Brown back in 1992, that was a straight perm people and big plastic boards. I've got my certification certificate still. Maybe on my stylist page or somewhere in my photos. I have no idea. You know it's true. But anyhow, as an educator, you had to wear a red blazer, and then you had to wear a strand of kukui nuts because that was the essential oil that the Paul Brown line used. So I broke up my necklace of kukui nuts, and then I made more necklaces to share with people. I really like this one. I love sparkly shit. Pisces love sparkles, and supposedly we live in a dream world, and we love beautiful things and yakety squack. So, you see, I really like the sparkly one. Okay. Well, I need to get back in the garden and do a little work and then clean up. I have a client at 4. So, I appreciate you guys being with me for the CW experience. It's always good to have people to witness the journey. We should be grateful for every day we have. Tell the people that you love them. And don't give up, because these guys are gonna fall. So. That's right, CW. You're falling and you can't get up. The third cosmic ray. Bye. All right. So, that was nice. Nice little live stream. And with that, I think I'm going to end it. I mean, do you guys have anything to say before we go? No? All right. Peace, love, and light then. See you soon in Sophia's Emporium.